my Uber's here. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go over. I'm like, yo, man, I'm heading out. My Uber's here. I look at his face. He's like, this man just slapped me across the face. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, this man just slapped me across the face. Going.
Yeah. Get into it. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Anything will work is...
What's going on?
It's back.
How are you today?
Shit, I'm fine, man.
Yeah.
You know? I'm
Just fine?
good.
Why is that?
Damn, that's like a really introspective question. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Since the last time we did the show, so much has happened.
What day is it today?
It is January 13th,
2022. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're coming at you from the new year, new vibes. I got COVID.
Right, just like the rest of the world.
Yeah, everybody got COVID, man. I got clapped.
Except for me.
But Caleb is one of the few people I know who actually has not gotten COVID. So.
It's inevitable at this point, though. I know it's gonna come.
It's coming for us all.
Right.
So I mean, and I don't say that in I think important disclaimer. I don't say that in such a way in which I think that's a good thing, nor that it's the solution to COVID, because it's giving eugenics. It's just like everyone's just gonna get it. It's like not everyone's gonna survive. That's not something I'm okay with. But our government on a national and global level is
it's one of those things where if you have the vaccine, then it's not necessarily as big of a risk as it would be.
Yeah, I mean that's the hope. Like,
right.
I mean, I definitely, my recovery was pretty straightforward. I'm blessed to say that's the case. So yeah, I mean, I kept testing negative though. That was a little spooky.
Yeah. I
was like, no, I for sure have this shit. Like for sure, like 6 different tests, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
Before you got your positive?
But in the positive was some random, I spit in a vial and I was like, when has this ever been a way to test for COVID? But sure enough, they're like, nah, bro, it's in the spit. And I was like, but it wasn't in the back of my nostrils? I don't understand.
I'll say, I think those spit, so I had to do those spit tests for every day, or not every day, like every 3 days for 6-7 months when I was... We don't talk about work, but at some point in time after I graduated college, I was working at a boarding school, the boarding school.
Yeah, the boarding school we talk about.
Yeah,
that one.
And it was basically like on bubble lockdown mode. Like we were in the middle of nowhere. The school has a crazy amount of resources, so while the rest of the world can't get tested anywhere, we had our own testing center on campus for faculty and students for us to get tested 2-3 times a week. And I got very used to building that saliva up to fill up.
I was gonna have you guys ever had a really hard time spitting? That's been it's just damn. You got I'm gonna do it on the mic. You gotta work it up.
It's ASMR.
Yeah, let's get some little.
Yeah.
That's another. Have you seen New Yorkers spit?
Yes, I actually hate it. I think spitting is so disgusting.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, that's valid.
You spit?
What do you mean? In what context? I mean, if I have to, but not what's weird about New York is that you're just in this. Yeah, no, I don't know what you're asking. Okay, you're in the subway, right? Jasmine and I got off the train a couple days ago, and we see this guy.
And you spit.
No, I spit. I don't do that.
Go ahead.
I'm saying there's this dude and he's just looking at the tracks intently, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he just goes, hawks like a loogie, goes 4 or 5 feet straight into the third rail. People can spit far here, and I don't understand.
Yeah. See, that's
what's up with that?
That's a pet peeve. That's a big pet peeve for me. I don't think I'm a high strung person at all, but man, if you spit, it's just gross. It's just gross. Stop spitting. Just
stop spitting.
Seriously though, right? No, why are you spitting?
I hear you. Well, because sometimes you ever get you kind of cough something up, And this is, you know, I'm thinking in a pre-COVID world where everybody wasn't as much of a germaphobe, but you know, you like kind of cough something up, some phlegm, and you're like, I could swallow this, but like that's gross. Like it's out now. Something shouldn't go back in.
I swallow it, man. I swallow it. I know exactly what you mean, but I swallow it. Everyone should swallow it if you're in that situation.
This is anything but work. Nothing but classic. We're back. Same bullshit. Talking about spitting. You know, whether it's spitting hot facts, spitting hot fire. As long as you're not spitting up phlegm. That's what we do here on this show. I'm Shane.
Thinking of spitting. What are we talking about today?
We're in 2022.
Right.
2021 was a weird year. It was a long year.
Right.
But now it's over, and it's up to us to identify the body and, you know, rob it for the best parts.
Yep.
All that to say, this is the Anything But Work end of year best of 2021 special.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're wrapping it up. Before we get into everything else, let's just give our own personal wrap up 2021. Tell me what you were proud of the last year.
Oh, proud of? Yeah. Easily this, right? Like,
yeah.
I love making this show with my boy. This has been a good time.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like artistically, it's just been a fun little challenge, and you know, life's been good. All things considered, you know. I mean, obviously, we're in the January, December surge of Omicron. But, you know, on the other side of that, I'm like, you know, I feel like we're looking up in 2021.
I love that.
You know, I got to ride the Disney teacups. I never thought I was going to do that. That was a big deal to me. That was a big deal to me. Like,
biggest event of 2022.
I don't know. It's what pops in my mind. You asked, hey, like, give me a recap, and I gave my recap.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all,
teacups.
You know, I did the teacups. I went to Harry Potter Land. Big. And it's so cool. They made like such a huge part of a theme park based off of a movie series and a book series that has no creator. Like, that's crazy.
Wait, hold up.
That idea just came out of nowhere.
No creator?
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen a Harry Potter book and you notice that there's no author there?
Are we saying that she's canceled or what?
What's
going on? All right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But you know, that was pretty dope, man. Like, yeah, it was a good year. I played a few more games that I thought were cool.
Like what?
It's not even best of 2021. I played Pyre recently.
I haven't gotten to that.
Fire game. Literally, there is fire involved. It's like, imagine.
I kind of inferred that one.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
But like, mixed with like spiritualism.
Oh, I didn't think you were going there.
No, I didn't think it was going there either.
Interesting.
But it's a good ass game.
Okay, I believe you. I might have to check it out.
Yeah, might have to check it out, dude. It's a good time.
Is that on PlayStation 5?
Yeah, it's on. Well, it's not exclusive. It came out on like PS4, but because I only play old shit on my PS5. Because a new game is $70, and I never had a PS4.
That's a subtle flex, by the way. By this man.
Yeah, a little low key. Yeah, I got a PS5 in 2021. Yeah, you know what? This year was good. That year was a good year. So yeah, that's my recap.
That's a great recap.
Yeah, your turn.
I mean, man, a lot happened between January and December, which is obviously the full year. I started the year in Western Massachusetts, middle of nowhere, like I was just saying, working in boarding school.
Working at Hogwarts.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Worked my way back to the city. Luckily, moved in with two of my good friends. In Brooklyn. Feels like, honestly, going from the Upper West Side / Harlem, going to school at Columbia, to now living as like an actual human being.
Yeah.
and not a college student in Brooklyn. It feels like I'm in a whole different city. And definitely like a whole different like space in my life. Like, I love it. I love not having homework.
Oh, that's the best part. Honestly, like
I feel
can't
like
go back.
yeah. I mean, obviously there's like bills and shit and like real life stuff, but like I just feel significantly less stressed on a day to day basis, which is great. Um, Summer was amazing. Had such a fun time. Um, got to see things that I never thought I would have been able to see. Um, like going to Montgomery, Alabama a bunch.
Yeah.
Great place. Should check it out. um, and finish the year strong. Nice holiday season with the family. So yeah, I'm really excited for 2022. First full year back in the city.
Yeah.
Hopefully things can calm down again and people can get back outside and it should be a good one.
I miss outside. I feel like I had a taste of it, and then when I was out there, I was too scared to enjoy outside fully. And now outside's done.
I love outside.
I love outside too. I missed outside. You know, I still miss outside. We gonna be outside responsibly.
We're gonna be outside 100%.
Responsibly.
Not every night. There's some irresponsible nights. Sometimes the irresponsible nights are the most fun, though.
Tell me more.
Okay. Well, actually, this is a good transition to a New York moment that I had.
Yes.
Recently.
Batting, shout out New York moments.
New York moments are moments in time where the city comes together and chaos in order to create something magical. First coined in episode 4 of the podcast.
So I'm not gonna say any names, but I was at a bar with a couple of friends that I hadn't seen since actually like before the pandemic started, and they had been there for a minute already. I came a little bit later. It was like really, really small, like dive bar in Williamsburg. Like little pool table and ping pong table in the back. We've actually been there before.
Have we?
Yeah. You know the night that we were supposed to go like downtown or like to like a club or something in like East Williamsburg. We never actually ended up getting inside.
Yes.
We just like walked around the area, tried to go from place to place, and they're all closed.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Wow, that was
so the bar that we went to before we were walking all those places. We took like 50 like tequila shots. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it was that bar, like really random. Not actually 50, but
yeah, he'd be dead.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, this was a much more low key night until it wasn't. Like I said, we were playing pool. There's 4 or 5 of us there, and we start to notice that these other guys were waiting for the pool table. They write their name like on the chalkboard or something. They got next, right? Everyone who knows, like in any competitive environment, you know, if you got next, you have to play the winner.
This is actually news to me.
No, that's not. That should
it depends on the game, though, right?
No, that's everything. If you're talking about pickup basketball, Smash Bros, like
yeah, okay, I feel you.
Pool, like whatever. If you got next, you play the winner. The loser gets off past the sticks, right? Okay, so they sign their name on the board. They're like, oh, like I thought we signed our name. Like we wanted the pool table. My friend is like, oh yeah, let's play. You guys versus us, basically. He's like, nah, man, like we've been waiting for the pool table. He's like, yeah, of course you can play, but we won, so like just play against us, like it'll be cool. So we play the game. This is literally like the third shot. The other dude hits the 8 ball and so the game is over. We win, right? He throws the stick. All right, he's pissed off. We're like, all right, bring our other 2 friends on because we were playing doubles, so it was 4 of us. So we played another game of doubles. They sign up again. At some point, I guess I didn't catch this, but my friend was like, "Hey, we're heading out soon." To this guy, he's like, "Hey, we're heading out soon. When we leave, you guys can just have the table to yourself after this next game." He's like, "All right, word." Yeah. None of us heard him say that. Just my friend said that to him without really like confirming that. So again, the game is over. The guy comes up. He's like, "Hey, we're next." We're like, "Okay, bet, play the winner." He's like, "No, you guys said that we could have the table after this game." And he was like, "Oh yeah, like I messed up. We're actually gonna stay here, so just play the winner." Then it goes from like 2 to 10 in like half a second. It's like, you're effing this, you're XYZ, every swear you can imagine. Honestly, I can just use like, you're a fucking pussy, like you're a bitch, like how can you go back on your word? You're a liar, like you like get the fuck out of here, whatever, right?
Damn.
My friend is like, bro, like it's fine. Just play with us. And you can, if you win, you can have the table. So we play again. I think I'm pretty decent at pool personally.
Right.
So we play him, clean him up, get him out of it. Real quick. Kick him off the table. As soon as it's over. You fucking bitch. Like, you said you could have the table. You lied. Alright, his friends are like, yo, calm down, let's just go. They walk away.
He was a man. He cared about honor, man. Like,
right.
Yeah.
We go on with the rest of our night. We don't care. Like, this man is clearly salty. He lost. Whatever. We're chilling. Everyone's leaving by the end of the day. By the end of the night, everyone's calling their Uber. At this point, it's just me and my other friend who like may or may not have instigated this situation. Jesus. And we're calling our Ubers. I go to the bathroom. And I come out the bathroom and I see them standing face to face to each other. And my Uber's here. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go over. I'm like, yo, man, I'm heading out. My Uber's here. I look at his face. He's like, this man just slapped me across the face. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, this man just slapped me across the face. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Like, let's just head out. Don't even worry about it.
Let's just go home.
Like, meanwhile, they're like face to face. You know, like how like before a UFC match or like
the measure up. So it's like
ups and they're like standing. That's how they're standing right now.
Yikes!
And he looks like he's just like in shock. So he goes, you know what? His two friends are like sitting next to him. They don't want anything to do with it. He's like, my friend is like, you know what? Let me ask your friends because they seem like decent people. He walks over to his friends. He's like, do you think it's okay if I punch your friend in the face right now? The two dudes. These two, by the way, all these three guys, they're like in their mid to late 30s.
Oh, these are grown ass men.
They're like grown ass men, yes. They're like, hey man, we don't want anything to do with this. Like, just leave us out. They're like talking about their friend.
What is this fucking voice?
That's their voice. This is how they sounded. I'm not making it up. Anyway. He's like, no. Like, I think I should punch your friend in the face because he's being an asshole right now. And they're like, hey man, just leave me out of it. So I'm like, bro, let's just leave. Like, come on, let's head out. Meanwhile, the other dude that punched him or slapped him is in his face like this, like literally like a middle schooler, like.
Oh, like, just
in his face, like
middle fingers up.
Like, yeah, you fucking pussy.
You pussy.
You. Like, what are you gonna do about it, basically? And like in the mid sentence, he just claps him. The man stumbled back like 10 feet. He's like, ah. And then he sprints out the bar. The bartender cuts the lights, cuts the music. Get the F out of my bar, like yada yada yada. We leave. My Uber charged me like $10 cancellation fee because he was waiting outside during this whole time this was happening. And I'm like, bro, are you good? Like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, man. I'm actually kind of happy that just happened because now I have a bar fight story. I was like, all right,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's my. I don't know how we got onto this,
dude. Me neither, dude. But. I mean, now you have a bar fight story too. Clearly.
I guess. I mean, I was just trying to like be the mediator and like not escalate the situation.
It sounded like it was going to escalate regardless.
Honestly, it was just kind of funny. It was kind of funny to me the whole time. It just didn't feel. It was like very surreal in the moment.
Like the whole situation is like, oh, bro, just play winner.
It's really.
I'm gonna start fucking doing that, man. Hey, yo, play winner, dog. It's all right. Just
like, you just
guys, your turn.
Salty over a pool table. That's the way it goes.
I mean, was there not more than one?
There's only one pool table, and we kept beating him. He was upset, which is fair.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not fair. Like, if you're upset, get better. That's it.
I mean, I guess I can't disagree.
No, I mean it's a fact. If I go to because I like to play basketball.
Right.
I know I'm not the best. if I go on the court and I get cleaned up, someone dunks on my head, which has never happened before, but if it did,
it could.
I'm not gonna punch him in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're gonna be like, all right,
word.
Take the L.
You got that. I'll take the L. You got that. Right.
Some people don't know how to take the L.
No.
So I guess I don't know how to follow that up.
Yeah. I don't know how we got to that conversation or that story, but
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, irresponsible nights.
Yeah.
It was an irresponsible night.
Yeah, and somebody definitely took some L's. Not you and the homie, it seems though.
No.
I mean, I feel like if you walk out with the last hit,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a W.
The man ran away.
I'm throwing up. That's a W. So wait a minute. Speaking of L's,
okay,
let's start breaking down the best and worst of 2021. Let's really autopsy this year.
Right.
Figure out what went right for who, what went wrong for others.
Right.
So with this first category I had in mind you, I'm making this up as we go along. Biggest L of 2021.
That's a good one.
Who's got it?
Okay,
what do you think?
As always, gotta think of some candidates.
Of course.
Anyone that come to the top of your mind?
Off the top of my head, I mean, in terms of Donkey of the Day, multiple times on our podcast, we definitely went in on the baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
Homie could not win. Could not win. And the problem is, he. There's no reason that he couldn't, take a W for many points. He had a ton of momentum in 2020, and then his kept taking L's, dog.
Yeah, he 100% deserves to be on that list.
Yeah.
I got a candidate, which may or may not be controversial.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna throw Kanye on that list.
I was gonna throw Kanye. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I mean, we're not gonna include today's information. He might be going to jail tonight for a battery charge in LA.
I highly doubt it.
Right, he'll be fine.
It's Kanye.
But that's 2022's news.
Right.
2021, I mean, he dropped an album. Right. But the original version was missing an Andre the 3000 verse that was amazing.
Right.
Because of his staunch no cursing while music rule, which, subjective opinion.
Well, that whole situation to me is an L. The whole Drake versus Kanye.
Oh, yeah.
I think Kanye lost last year in that beef. In my opinion.
Oh, in the beef? Yeah, I'd agree.
Opinion, yeah.
I'd agree. I feel like Kanye, whatever respect he had somehow regained over the course of announcing Donda and then up and through its release was greatly diminished. Even if people like Donda, which I don't dislike it. It's not his best, but
right.
Yeah.
And then
oh yeah, and then marriage.
Yeah.
It's an L, bro. Like damn.
Pete Davidson, come on, man. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this: Pete Davidson, Tarzan. There's a connection. Listen, if you've been listening for a while, you already know what I'm thinking in my head. You already know what I'm thinking in my head. They got the same energy. We're not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say Pete Davidson and Tarzan have the same energy. And if you know, you know. And that's why the situation is what it is. I mean, Pete Davidson is like the Hollywood bicycle, dude. Like
he's out here, man.
He's out here.
Yeah, I respect it though.
I mean, good for whoever. I mean, he's Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, Hillary Clinton. I don't know who he's been with.
Hillary Clinton.
I don't know.
There's some other ones sprinkled in there that I forget the names of, but I mean, those two alone.
Yeah.
Those are some powerhouses.
Yeah.
Right there.
And just being a dude from Staten Island who's like, really? Is he that funny? I don't watch Saturday Night Live.
Funny.
That's it. He's not funny.
Yeah.
But
he's a little quirky and is he
funny? Like
he's tall. He got that going for him.
Yeah.
People like tall people. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. You said it, not me.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow, I'm sorry, I got a cough in my throat. It's but I didn't spit though. And that's what matters.
You think Pete Davidson does?
You think he spits? I mean, he must be spitting something.
He's spitting game for
He's
sure.
spitting game, like.
All right. Other candidates
for big L's.
Yeah.
Let's
throw one more on there.
any rapper / singer with a Z at the end of their name taking L's.
A Z at the end of their name.
Tory Lanez and Trey Songz.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some L's there.
But technically, well, no, people have been saying such that Trey Songz has been sus for a while, so I'm not going to chalk that up to 2022. Yeah, but L's though, like real L's.
Should we just give it to the baby?
I feel like it's fair to give it to the baby.
Yeah.
And then, as always, with whack points, or I guess this is a whack point adjacent category. I mean, let's just toss a free L up to like the U.S.
Yeah,
for getting us all so excited, like, yo, no mask, like, we did it, Joe.
Big L to the coronavirus.
Yeah, big L to coronavirus putting up W's.
I think
that's 3 strains, 3 W's. Ain't never seen a loss. Ain't never seen a loss.
Coronavirus, like, play the winner.
Yeah,
exactly. You got next.
It's like, all right, cool. You play the winner though.
Bet Omicron on the way. Delta.
Play winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the biggest L. Who's the biggest W in 2021?
Oh, great question.
I'm trying to think of candidates now. Biggest W's. Who just had a good ass year?
That's a tough question.
I don't know if anybody did.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody had a good ass year. That's just so no question. Like they just had a great time.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that no one jumps out.
Right. Everybody suffered a little bit.
And 2021 was a long year.
It really was. Like every Marvel TV show on Disney Plus came out in the last 12 months.
I'll give a W to Disney.
I mean, okay. I'd like to hear the reasoning. Not that I disagree.
I mean, they're just still a production powerhouse. I don't know. So Spider-Man officially came out in 2022 or in 2021.
2021, just as out. Technically, a Sony co-production,
right?
But we all know who's really making the decisions here.
Spider-Man was the only film to gross $1 billion in the box office in 2021.
Yep,
that's crazy. I mean, it's not that crazy given the context of the pandemic. And
but also, it was during like a huge spike.
That's
and it's still going up.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to give the candidate to Disney overall or to Marvel, but like they're still just pumping it out.
I mean, let's just give a big shout out to my boy Tom Holland, dog.
Actually, he's taking W's.
These bro. Yeah. He is actually, there we go. That's easy.
He's a walking W.
That's a walking W.
Yeah.
That's Wom Walland, bro. Like W's all around. Like go in public.
Right.
With come on. Come on now. Come on. Everybody eating off Spider-Man.
Everybody's
eating off Spider-Man. Yeah, I saw it twice. Worth it. It was amazing. Yeah, in terms of my most enjoyable film watching experience in 2021, easy W to Spider-Man.
Can we talk about that for a second?
We absolutely can. Spoiler alert. Bad thing, throwing a little spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Tell them where to skip.
Spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home. Jump to 3750 if you haven't seen it yet.
Grassy. Yeah, dude. That movie fucks. That movie fucks, bro. It was a good time.
Yeah, what you like about it?
I like the edge.
Mm.
Like Jasmine and I, so the Marvel movie rewatch, we're finally basically caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything through Endgame and WandaVision. And Jasmine with the Spider-Man movies was always like, man, I just remember growing up when I thought of the Spider-Man movies, like it was just him. He's very self-reliant in comparison to Tom.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, and so rewatching the movies again, I've always been pretty generous to MCU Spider-Man. But, especially watching Far From Home.
Compared to who?
Compared to this criticisms of
Is it that character. Criticized?
No, I feel like there's a lot of critiques about him being like Iron Man Jr. Like
that's true.
They're not being a fan of him being the perpetual like, oh, I'm just a kid. And, what do we do? MJ, Ned, Tony, I miss you. You know what I mean? Like, he's just sort of, and I appreciated that it made him. It was a new take.
Yeah,
and I like a youthful superhero, but I was like, I can't do it for 3 movies straight. Like, it's Spider-Man. Like,
it's
his life has to kind of suck.
Right. It's funny because on that point, not to cut you off, but I was reading one of like the recent criticisms or like I either read or heard about was someone was talking about how you're like, bro, you are a walking spider. Like, you're part of the Avengers at 17, 18 years old. You can do literally whatever the hell you want. Who cares about MIT? Like,
bro, no, wait, hold on. I hear you. And he was fucking, like, I wanted to have been like, you know what I should do? I thought Doctor Strange was right from jump. Like, bro, you asked me to brainwash the planet?
Yeah.
And you didn't even hit up admissions? Like, I'm sorry, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Like, you're still a genius.
Right.
Like, the least they could do is be like, all right, like, you're right. Like, you're qualified.
Yeah.
Just get them to say you're qualified. And maybe also explain that, hey, because of the whole terrorist accusation, like, me and my friends didn't get into any colleges.
At all.
I feel like they'd be like, oh, damn, like, we didn't coordinate that. Like, we do something.
Okay, I'll say I do feel bad for his friends.
Yeah.
If I'm Spider-Man, I'm not going to college.
Bro, no way.
I'm not going to college.
You'd go to school, dude. Yes, you would.
I'm not going to college if I'm Spider-Man. I got so many lives.
No, okay. Fuck talking about the movie. What would you do? You're in his situation.
Yeah.
So identity is now public. So what are you gonna no school? Like, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be Spider-Man.
But no, what does that mean? Being Spider-Man. Okay, actually, let's just assume secret identity is still intact, right?
Okay.
What the fuck are you gonna do as Spider-Man? Like, you can't get money being Spider-Man because you're a vigilante, right? And if your whole thing is like no face, no case, you're not trying to screw over people you care about, clearly, right? So it's like, imagine you're like, okay, I'm gonna go like do some shit on TV for money.
Are we putting this in the context of like the Marvel universe or in, like,
sure? Let's do MCU.
Okay.
Like, I feel like no one's gonna pay you per se. They don't know who the fuck you are. Like, you can't cash a check made out to Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can go.
Caleb can't cash that check.
Nick Fury and Happy, and make bank as a government. Like, what do you think Captain America was?
They were getting fucking paid, man.
You don't think Captain America was getting
They
paid?
gave him a place to live and food for free. Because he's Captain America, bro.
Captain America was living swell.
I'm sure he was. But that was Tony. Nobody was giving him a check.
He had money.
He wasn't on payroll. He was Captain America.
You think he had $0 in his bank account?
I don't think.
It's not like he was working a side job.
I'll put it this way. I don't think any of the Avengers, while they were Avengers, wanted for anything. You see, it's not that they were getting paid well. It's that their needs and desires were met to the baseline. They had a training facility. You know, obviously they had clout. But, like, I'm sorry. If I'm an Avenger.
Bro, okay, boom. Right there. If I'm Spider-Man, how many followers do you think I'm going to have on Instagram?
That's valid.
How many followers do you think I'm going to have on TikTok? My YouTube channel? Twitter? Bro, I can just sell advertisements.
But then where are you putting the money?
What do you mean? Where am I
I'm saying if your identity is secret and somebody invoices you for services rendered as Spider-Man, where does the money go? Because you're that Spider-Man is not a real name. Okay. You connect that to your bank account. At least it's like, oh, hey, like TD, I hope you keep it low. Oh my God. Don't put Spider-Man on the fucking blockchain. He's not going to be on OpenSea and
all
shit.
My Spider-Man payments on the blockchain is untraceable.
Jesus fucking Christ. Spider-Man's like, hey, you like that flip I did? Send me a 0.25 Ethereum, bro, and literally, make it work for me.
Think about it. If Spider-Man is promoting Fenty Beauty.
Oh my God. On the mask.
Like, how much do you think Rihanna's gonna pay for her services for the whole world to see? Everyone's gonna be following Spider-Man.
But if everybody is Spider-Man also is too much of a public figure, then he can't really do the job he initially set out to do. Okay.
You don't have to put that much time into social media to make a 2-second ad post.
True, but then he's also like perpetually broke. And eventually people are gonna ask you, damn, Caleb,
that's not true.
where are you getting this bread from?
Do you know how much money Kendall Jenner makes off of one Instagram post?
No, I'm saying like a shit ton.
Let me Google this for you.
But I'm saying if Peter Parker or you suddenly become stupid rich out of nowhere, I'll say this. If I didn't know you were Spider-Man, I would be like, Caleb, what do you do to make this much money?
What
are you doing? No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna worry about it.
Okay.
Now let's see this. How much does Kendall Jenner make off an Instagram post? Because Spider-Man could at least double that.
For a single Instagram post, Kendall Jenner makes $611,000 per post. You know how fast you can make an Instagram post? You can literally make 2 posts per year and be chilling. You can make 1 post per year.
But then people are going to want to tag location, and it's like, damn, well, what if I'm in my crib? Well, I'm sure you want to be that dumb. I don't know, man. I feel like if I were Spider-Man, I would do my best
you would go to college
to live a regular life up to a point. Just in case some bullshit happens. In the world that presumably I would live in if I were Spider-Man, no one knows I'm having an existential crisis and I can't fucking swing off the webs anymore. What do I do? Like, I'd like to have at least a bit of a backup, or know that, hey, at least when I'm at like chilling at home, I have some skills that are just for me and not for Spider-Maning. You know, he's got to have his own life. Like, I don't want to be Spider-Man full time. I don't want that to be my job. Because I'm Spider-Man is to help people.
That's fair.
Yeah, like I
just disagree.
And you know what? That's valid. I feel like it's a fair point of disagreement. We approach it differently. I just feel like you just be clout man.
Spider-Man would make. If I was Spider-Man, I would make bread.
Yeah.
And I would save lives.
Where's the L? I guess.
I don't understand. Like, I can still have friends. I still have my family. Like, I hopefully
but you got
might have
enemies,
a tight circle
bro.
where they may know my identity.
Bro, what if I just thought of a terrible situation? What if you're sponsored by Fenty Beauty or whatever, and then Willem Dafoe Green Goblin decides, hey, you know what? Rihanna must be close to Spider-Man. And now Rihanna gets Gwen Stacy, and it's your fault. She gets dropped off a bridge, you catch her. Rihanna dies because Caleb Cloutman Spider-Man didn't catch her.
Well,
then whose fault is that?
But that's not my fault. I mean, I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough.
Damn. Yeah, well, I guess I can respect that at the end of the day because neither of us are Spider-Man.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
great movie though.
Great movie, yeah. Movie of the year, W.
Yeah, that's my movie of the year too.
Yeah, I had a great time.
That's an easy pick.
Easy pick.
What about TV show?
Okay, best TV show of the year. Okay, I know my nominee.
You already know.
I'm set. I've decided what my best TV show of the year was.
I think I know what yours is.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Before you say like for sure what it is, what were some great shows that you enjoyed this year?
Some great shows. I finally got around to watching Great Pretender on Netflix, the anime.
What's that about?
So it's about a bunch of con men who basically every arc is a different con they run. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool. Like,
that's pretty cool.
I enjoyed it. I'll say that the last arc is weirdly super heavy. Like, human trafficking rings. And I was like, well, it's not
I don't know.
I'm not presenting any other context to that. I'm just saying I didn't expect them to go there, and I don't know if they handled it with as much tact as would probably be necessary. So I guess they lose points there, but I like that show. What else? I watched all of the Marvel shows that came out this year.
You have a favorite out of the bunch? Haven't watched a bunch of them.
It's hard to say. They're starting to blend together a little bit. I guess like technically WandaVision or Loki would have been my favorites.
I haven't seen either of those two.
I didn't hate.
I plan on getting to it, but there's a lot of shows in my backlog.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. There's a bit too much TV. Like I haven't seen Succession at all, which I'm sure is great.
I started it.
Insecure's final season.
I'm on season 4.
Damn.
I'm flying through that.
Yeah, it seems like you are. I gotta see how Kofi's going through it because he was watching season 1 like 2 weeks ago.
It's a very, very easy show to binge.
It is a very easy show to binge, and now that it's over, it's strange. There's no more Insecure Sundays. I have mixed feelings about the show, mostly leaning towards positive stuff.
Let's talk about it when I finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
Any other shows?
For me, Invincible was great. Invincible was a great show. Yeah. That's off the top of my head.
You're not going to mention the one that I think you're going to mention?
Nah, because I know.
Okay.
It's a lot. So
okay, a few shows that I really enjoyed 2021. Lupin on Netflix, really good.
Oh, is it?
So good.
I've heard good things.
It's a French show about this guy named
Lupin, like the great
thief
and stuff.
The gentleman thief.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. La Casa de Papel, aka Money Heist, just finished.
Also heard good things.
Great show. Invincible is definitely up there for me. Since this, I feel like I'm at the point where I'm at the 2 shows that are basically my candidates.
Okay, dope.
And let's talk about this one first, Arcane, which I feel like is probably yours.
It's my pick.
Yeah.
It's my pick, but continue.
And should we talk about Arcane first?
No, go, I want to, yeah, go finish.
The other nominee that I have going against Arcane is Squid Game.
And it sucks because I haven't seen Squid Game.
Bro, you haven't seen Squid Game?
I know.
Oh my god.
It's a problem. I promise.
Squid Game took the world by storm.
It is not my world.
Bro,
not yet.
No, you have to see Squid Game.
And listen, it's everything I'd probably love. Like, I love Korean cinema. I love anything that's a metaphor for how fucked capitalism is. Like, even death game stuff, I'm a fan. Like, I should. I'm probably gonna love it, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's too much TV.
There is too much TV.
I didn't even mention Sex Education season 3.
I haven't seen any of that.
Excellent. It's probably my runner-up. It was a really good season of television. All right. So for you, Squid Game or Arcane, which one do you think would have the edge for you?
Personally, it really could go either way, but I think I'm taking Squid Game. Because one, I mean, it's an amazing show. I'm not gonna give any details because I want you to see it and not have any spoilers at all. Amazing show. It's one of the shows that has just the first episode just captures you. I haven't gotten that a ton over the last few years. Arcane is on that list for sure for me too. But through every episode of that show, I'm like, what is happening? What is going to happen next? And then just the cultural impact, I think, is
definitely worth considering.
Undeniable. If we're just thinking about 2021 as a whole, you can't talk about entertainment in 2021 without mentioning Squid Game.
Squid Game's here. I will say, I thought the helmets they wear that were popping up everywhere. I was like, is this a PlayStation ad?
They do look like that.
It's just
and I saw a lot of Squid Game costumes at Halloween.
Oh yeah, no, I was big.
Yeah,
all my students at my job, all are obsessed with that show as well.
So good.
It doesn't seem appropriate for children, but that's neither here nor there.
But go ahead.
Yeah, my vote is Arcane, and I was enraptured. I don't think I really talked about my favorite movies on the podcast, and I feel like it's always sort of an amorphous list, but what will always be on there is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I actually took you and Drew to see that when you came to visit me at Williams at one time. Yeah, no, that movie is incredible.
Yeah.
And so for me, any artistic achievement that rivals that for the visuals alone, because I love Spider-Verse, but the story is really tight, but it's incredibly simple. Seeing something that can have that kind of visual finesse over 9 episodes of television, 45 plus minutes each. And it's one of the best stories I've seen written in a television show or scripted anything ever. Like, if not show of the year, it's like show of like the decade for me. Like that.
Wow.
Well, it's probably too early to tell because, you know, it came out in the beginning of the 2020s. But
yeah,
it is a wonderful start for, I think, the future of like animation on television and like it being prestige television.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, especially because I don't give a shit about League of Legends. And I said that like last episode too. But like, I don't see the appeal. But, you know, in cultural impact, like, what, the game like 20 million players because of the show? Like,
yeah.
And I get it.
It's also like, it's very like deeply critical of, I think, just every major city.
Oh yeah.
In the world.
Yeah.
Given like political dynamics with people from underserved communities, and I feel like, do we want to give away details?
I don't want to go too far into, because I think both of these shows are shows that we would be like, if you haven't seen them, just watch it.
Yeah.
Like that's my recommendation.
Okay, yes.
So yeah, I think big picture themes, like definitely class divide.
Right.
If you just like looking at things that are gorgeous, like no other piece of media out there could be described as every frame being a painting besides this and that one movie where every frame was literally a painting. But like, it's gorgeous.
I agree.
The voice acting is stupid good.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. You know, actually, another W for the year. Shout out Haley Steinfeld, because she's the voice actress for Vi, one of the main characters in the show, and she's Kate Bishop in Hawkeye for Marvel.
Is that good? I haven't seen it.
I liked it. It was cute. Oh yeah. No, you should watch it actually. If you don't watch any other ones, watch that one. Yeah. Yeah, but that's my show of the year. And I will watch Squid Game.
Please watch it.
I know. And I got to.
Please.
I gotta be part of the conversation. I gotta know what's the hype.
Alright, cool. So should we wrap up that category? We done TV. We did movie. I think we both chose Spider-Man as movie of the year.
Yeah. Music though.
Music? Should we go album? Album of the year?
Album of the year.
For personal album of the year?
Yeah.
Okay. That's tough.
It is tough.
That's really tough.
Can I say Jasmine's, because she would like be so upset if I didn't mention her album of the year was 30 by Adele.
Fair.
I would also call it my honorable mention album of the year. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Adele's back. We're actually going to see Adele in March.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We got tickets in Vegas. Yeah, it's really soon.
In Vegas?
In Vegas. She's having a Vegas. Lit. It's lit. Yeah, we got super lucky. It was like a whole thing. It's like a raffle to get the chance to buy tickets. And then...
That's when you know you're popping.
Yeah, sir. And then we got in and shit was disappearing. It was looking real close.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be in Vegas. We're going to see Adele, and that's going to be sick. So, gotta shout out Adele.
I've never been to Vegas.
Me neither.
I have to get out there for good things.
I'm a little scared.
What you afraid of?
You know, I'm super ADHD, dude. I feel like if I start gambling...
Wait, you've never been to a casino before?
Never.
Oh, it's fun.
Never.
It's real fun.
I've heard that.
It's real fun.
But then I'm like, oh, it's the fun. The fun sounds dangerous.
I mean, I know they just legalized sports betting in New York City.
Oh yeah, and you can like bet on anything on sports bets, right?
Right. Or yeah, pretty much.
Yikes.
We should go to a casino.
I honestly would be down for that. Do it.
It's a good time.
So that's on the list of dream episodes. Subscribe to us on Patreon. Just kidding. We don't have one of those.
Vlog. You can't really bring cameras into a casino though.
Probably for good reason.
And you just got to be prepared to lose money. Ideally, you walk out with money, but you just got to set a threshold for yourself.
It's like I've lost enough.
Yeah.
Time to cut my losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how strong that feeling is for me. You know. Hey, that you know what the casino's doing? Say,
What?
play winner, bro. Just play again. Just
That is what they're
just
doing.
play winner, bro.
Actually, that is 100% what
You
they're
know, just
doing.
sign up and come back. You can play.
That was 100% what they're doing.
Yeah.
But Adele album,
Yeah.
incredible. Other favorites?
Other favorites.
Oh, my Spotify.
I just gotta like really go through. I'm pretty sure my Spotify premium just expired. I gotta fix that.
What?
Yeah. My card got frozen and I keep forgetting to get the new card.
I've been on the same just $5 a month student plan since I was in high school.
Bro, it canceled my student plan. Never mind. This isn't the place to hash out that grievance. Just know, Spotify, I'm upset. And I'm gonna fix that very quickly. You're lucky I'm in grad school now because I'm coming back, putting that on the Hulu too. Yeah, but any other favorites? Cole's album dropped last year.
I love it.
I gotta be honest, only listened once. I think that was my big thing.
Only once?
My Spotify Wrapped came out, and I was super shocked at how little music I listened to in 2021.
I listened to significantly less music this past year than I had been in years.
Yeah, and it was odd. I was like, oh wow, like I need to fix that because I love music, but I didn't listen to a lot of stuff this year. Of the stuff I did listen to, though, I'd say my favorite albums would include Lil Nas X. I really enjoyed his album. It's far more introspective than I thought it was going to be for his full LP. But I liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
Yeah. I Planet Her, I understood the appeal.
Shout out to Doja Cat. I love Doja Cat.
Doja Cat had a big year.
She belongs in that W list.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's a W. She had a W year.
Shout out to Doja Cat.
Yeah.
I love her album. I've seen some of her Instagram lives.
Oh yeah. She a real weirdo. She got big weirdo energy. It's funny. She's funny as hell.
We all kind of. I feel like we all like as a culture kind of just brush past that whole like racist.
Can we? Okay. This I felt a little trepidation. I'm glad somebody else brought that up. Like people let that slide.
Yeah.
And I feel a little weird about it. I'm like, I don't know if we should do that.
I mean, what else? What are we supposed to do about it? You know, like, the music is undeniable.
Well, that's one of those things, right? Like, remember when, like, I don't know if you saw, like, the Daniel Caesar controversy. This is, like, 2019, 2020. He was, like, talking shit about black women, or he said something, like, pretty fucked up. And everybody's like, okay, fuck Daniel Caesar. Yeah. You're canceled. And so, like, now every other month, somebody tweets the exact same thing, and it blows up. And it's like, LO, I remember when Daniel Caesar was like, cancel me, and we canceled him, LMAO. And then somebody tweeted, like, guys, like, he gets like 16.5 million listeners every month. Like, he's still opening up festivals. Like,
can we finally, in 2022, can we admit that cancel culture doesn't exist?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just say a great mass of people have decided that we can't talk about this person on Twitter anymore. But they're still,
but that's not. It's a very loud minority.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, there are people I would say like, oh yeah, like they're done for me, and I'm like, yeah, that's for me. But like, I am sorry, I can't do anything about Chris Brown. Like, no, I can't do anything. You know what I think it is, because I have this theory.
What?
The power of religion.
Oh, okay.
Of that scale, used to be more primarily located in organized religion. And then
wait, what?
So like the power of like the level of fanaticism that people would dedicate to their faith, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this is a consequence of the atomization of neoliberalism and the late stage decay of the American empire. I know, listen, this is the poli-sci degree speaking, but I'm getting to a point here. Stan culture. Stan culture.
Okay, I'm still following.
Standing. It's the new Crusades. People fight over the lives of random celebrities and their interests as if it is a holy war.
Wow.
Nicki Minaj has been trending for the last 24 hours because the case against her and her husband, they're basically being accused of harassing, the victim of he, was a rapist.
Right.
Yeah, right. And so the woman who was his victim like came out and was like, hey, like they've been like basically trying to bribe me and harass me for like the last several years.
Yeah.
The case got dismissed yesterday, and now a daytime talk show that happened to interview that woman 2 years ago, their comments are filled with unicorn emojis and say, you need to apologize to Nicki right now. Every single post.
Nicki has top 5 army for sure.
That's what I'm saying. They're armies.
The Barbs
are terrifying.
I don't want to get in the Barbs.
I'm not getting in the Barbs' way. I'm not getting in the Beehive's way.
Oh no.
Hell no. And I'm saying like all the stands are powerful. Oh my god, K-pop stands, bro. Like if anybody, I don't think anyone hacked the election, but if anyone could, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, dude. People who are like, I don't know, watch like different people play Minecraft on Twitch. Like, I'm like, people, it's so easy to develop these really strong parasocial relationships with people you don't fucking know.
Okay, wait. Why do you think that is?
I honestly think it's because, like I was saying, like, I feel like it's so hard to earnestly invest yourself in things these days because of how bleak the outlook seems. Like, so back in the day, it was easy to be like, all right, we're just gonna vibe, and like if I need to put my faith in something to give my life meaning, it's either gonna be the church I grew up in or the local community, or like, people are finding their group identifiers with like a hobby, a skill, or like, something just tied to like a more general faith. Mm-hmm. That they either, were just born into or grew into later in life. Now it's just, I feel like the magic is just kind of gone. With the internet, there's no mysticism anymore. With just the general state of politics, everything's so divided and heated, understandably, because, shit's going crazy, that it's just hard to find something to believe in. And I feel like what has taken that place of like the holy object to center ourselves around has become celebrities and their culture. And it was bad before, but it's terrible now because you could literally like curate like your main source of human interaction digitally to be about one person or a group of people.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. I think it drives us like up the wall. Like we're doing wild shit. Did you hear about, about Olivia Rodrigo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and, driver's license blows up. Her ex, it's about him. The dude is 19 years old and had a fucking heart attack last year and just talked about it because of the stress he was going through with that song and fans like harassing him, not just online, in the street.
Oh, wow.
In the street, bro. And he just broke up with her. He didn't cheat. Bro. It's not funny, but they just broke up and it's unfortunate. I'm not saying she can't make music about him, but she literally has a mob and she can't control it.
If you were in that situation,
bro. What? How would I feel if I was in that situation? No.
Wait. Let me paint the situation.
Yeah, paint her out for me.
All right, you broke up. Not with Jasmine, just like
a hypothetical breakup.
And your ex becomes a megastar. Jesus. By telling the whole world about how toxic your relationship was.
Especially if it wasn't even that bad.
And it wasn't even that bad. It was just a normal, you guys grew apart, She was probably going off to college. He was going to a different school.
Right. No. The thing was, she was like younger than him.
Yeah.
Like they're like 2 years apart, and he's like, "You're 17." Like,
right.
Like
it was just some normal like high school shit.
Right.
How you feel? Are you like go off?
Let's just twist the knife.
Are you like go off queen, or are you like?
I mean, I feel like in public, what other choice do I have? To be like, yeah, I'm so happy for the growth of your career. They're on a TV show together. They still are.
That's interesting.
We had his heart. He was in the hospital, and she did not call him.
Oh, that's
like, bro, you're killing me, literally. I'm dying.
I will say, at least he's getting some sort of monetary benefit.
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna be fine at the end of the day. Like he's financially secure enough.
Hopefully.
Well, I don't know about emotionally.
I
He can pay his bills.
Man had a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn, dude, that's tough.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he took an L on that, and I think that's where. So I feel like an L for humanity, I think, is stan culture. It's scary.
That's social media, man.
Yeah, dude. Pros and cons. Follow us on the ABW podcast at on Instagram.
What would our army be called?
We should come up with a name right now. That's a good. We gotta come up with something.
Yeah, maybe we should think on it, or maybe we could plug Bad Ting right here.
Yeah, Bad Ting will let you guys know what we decided on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to call you all the bad things.
No.
I don't want to give you an inflated sense of ego. I'm sure you're all beautiful.
Let's not be too hasty now. Perhaps we should have a poll on best name. DM us your suggestions on Instagram.
But
Bad Ting, do you spit?
I don't have saliva, but if I could spit, I would definitely do it on train tracks.
I thought so. You would. You would. Yeah, man. Best of 2021.
Oh, so you never said
your
categories.
Album. Oh my god, I didn't. That's what this was about.
Yeah, we kind of spun off there.
You already know how this show is, guys. We just talk. We're just fucking talking. My album of the year was Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator. I really enjoyed the storytelling on that album. I love that it felt like I was listening to a mixtape from like back in 2007. You got niggas screaming on it. You got niggas singing on it. You got him telling the story about how, he was fucking his friend who was not single and all that complicated stuff. And it's just like, wow, there's something that's so adult yet adolescent and vulnerably adolescent about Tyler at this point in his career. I just think that's so like amazing.
Yeah.
It almost like it makes all of his music better knowing that this is the journey he's been on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. That was my number one.
That was definitely one of my favorites too. Some others are Planet Her. Probably the top 3 most listened to album for me this past year is, I don't even know the name of the album. It's by Blast. But it technically came out in December of 2020, but I didn't discover it.
We'll round it up.
Amazing album.
Yeah, check that out.
What's it called? J. Cole's album.
Oh yeah. So you don't even know the name.
Yeah, the off season.
Yeah. Okay.
J. Cole's album. Certified Lover Boy. Those two are my top 2, and it really could swing either way for me depending on the day. But I think I'm gonna edge to J. Cole.
Okay.
For this one.
Couldn't even finish Certified Lover Boy, man.
Really?
Nah, dude.
Oh man, you're bugging.
I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I am.
Or did you stop at Way Too Sexy?
No. Way Too. A lot of people say that song's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing to me. I mean, if anything, he already embarrassed himself with it.
I do think Way Too Sexy. You gotta hear it outside. You gotta hear it in the club. You can't.
I probably would hit at the club.
You gotta hear it in the club, like a couple of drinks in.
Let the spirit consume you.
And you're feeling yourself a little bit. You know what I mean?
You're feeling way too sexy.
You got a good. Maybe you got a fresh cut. You got a nice outfit on. You got wearing some new kicks. And
like I'm way too sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But not too sexy. You might have to get the hot sauce out.
I'm not trying to hear way too sexy when it's. Oh, okay.
Step plan.
You wanna
that plan 6.
You wanna provide a little more context on that comment?
I don't think I will. Nah, Drake's weird, man. I feel like we don't talk enough about how much of a weirdo that guy is. Like, oh my god.
Do you think it's real?
I think it could be. Okay, you know what's bad about the situation? I'll tell you guys what the situation is in a second. But you know what's bad about the situation?
What?
It almost doesn't matter if it happened or not. Because when I read it, my first thought was like, I could see it.
Yeah,
so now
I think that was
everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah. So that sucks for him. That's his brand now. And for those who don't know, the brand is that Drake is the type of nigga to pour hot sauce in his used condoms. So that no one could try and trap him with the baby. Right. By getting, and that's the one thing that makes me think it's not real, because the story is this: an anonymous Instagram model who hooked up with Drake, and then when he went to the bathroom, she tried to take his specimen into herself, and it did not go well for her apparently. And then Drake confessed to his methods. For me, it feels like if you're gonna sue Drake for that, why would you confess the part where you were about to completely violate him with the crime?
I think I don't see what she can sue for.
That's what I'm saying. There, legally, you have no case.
Legally, what's the case?
If anything, you should go to jail.
Right. Right.
Right.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's why I'm like, it just feels like somebody made some shit up and was like, this will make it believable enough. But then I feel like some shit he would do. I didn't think Drake was the type of guy to have a kid out the blue and then hide him.
Hey, he learned his lesson.
True. Now we see that little dude everywhere.
Now he got hot sauce in his bag like Hillary Clinton. Everywhere he goes.
Hillary Clinton, Beyonce, and Drake. What do they all have in common? Some would say that they're all Italian. Did you hear about that?
What?
Or some white lady? It might have been Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I could be making this up. Bad thing. Could you plug in the actual person this is?
It was congressional candidate K.W. Miller that said Beyonce is an Italian woman named Anne-Marie Latrasi. What a goofy.
But she was like, Beyonce is not black. She's an Italian woman named like Maria. Yeah. No. She's in disguise. No. You think Beyonce could be Italian?
No.
Batting.
No chance.
You're watching the video. Put up a picture of Beyonce.
No, there are definitely there are some pictures of Beyonce where she is kind of white passing, but
like not even like she's
no, but I don't think like what I was gonna say is that I think that's very much like a product of like a ton of Photoshop and whitewashing images.
Yeah.
But like in real life, no
way. You would never see Beyonce and be like, she eats spaghetti. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Wow. Well, back to the Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
I actually I read something about the album that I really agree with, which is basically that Certified Lover Boy is the opposite of Scorpion. And that Certified, like Scorpion in totality had a lot of songs that just missed.
Yeah. It's a whole album of Lucy's.
But the album has like classic hits.
Which songs on Scorpion?
Like
which songs on Scorpion are the classics? Like, I'm not disagreeing. I just want to know what your thoughts are on
some of the most streamed songs of all time.
But not as a measure of quality per se. So that's in my mind.
God's Plan is one of the most streamed songs of all time.
Valid. As was His Will.
Nice for What?
To these niggas.
Which is if you have a Lauryn Hill sample on your song, it's kind of a cheat code.
Yeah.
You can't make a bad song.
You can't go wrong. You're going off the best single album released by an artist ever.
In My Feelings. There was a whole challenge. It was a whole social media challenge.
If You Love Me. Yeah, pissed Kanye off.
Damn,
that was probably the down. He probably ended Kanye's marriage.
And then
damn.
Mob Ties, I think, is a great song. I also think Nonstop.
I was gonna say
was crazy. Mm-hmm. Those five are like really good. There are a couple more on here that I like, but I'm also a Drake fan, so
yeah, this is true.
Anyway, those like the peak of Scorpion are like peak Drake songs, like on the pop side. the flip side of the argument is that Certified Lover Boy is missing those hits that you usually get from a Drake album, but the B-sides go crazy. Like I think this is some of the best rapping that you've gotten from Drake since Nothing Was the Same, like Take Care type albums.
I did think the lyrical quality.
Yeah.
Before it was like, girl said she a lesbian, I said me too. Before that, in the first song on the album, I was like, oh, I like this. But then I don't know, I felt like I just kind of like zoned out. Like
fair.
I wasn't getting hooked about halfway through, and then I was like, well, I'm not gonna push myself through if I'm not in the space for it right now.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's a middle part there where it kind of lulls, and that's where you get to like the Way Too Sexy and like the song that you just mentioned, Girls Like Girls, and like those songs are clear. Like, okay, he was trying to like.
It's like I need to be on the radio.
He was trying to he was trying to capture radio. He was trying to make that club record, which if you go out, you're gonna hear those songs.
Yeah, no doubt.
They don't hit like those Scorpion songs.
He's just trying to make sure that girls have captions for Instagram, and I don't disrespect that because I be using those captions too sometimes.
Which caption you use?
I mean, Drake has some all timers, low key, man.
Okay, so which
I gotta hold on. Let me stop for a second. Let me think. Because the problem is that Drake he's a paradox,
right?
Because at this point, I feel like he'll never be able to have that peak right before we found out about his kid, where like, because I feel like that was the point in which Drake had finally like earned his way out of being considered not corny. Like, no, seriously, like there was a point where everyone 100% took Drake seriously. Like between If You're Reading This and It's Too Late, like Views, like we took him seriously.
Post the Meek drama.
Yeah, I mean, back to back. Yeah. Yo, I had every single word of that memorized. You can play that at the club. I could be doing fucking homework. I could be walking on the street. That shit comes on. I knew every word.
Right.
Etherd. Like, that shit was awesome. And then I was hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. Like, no, you're corny again. And he can't let it. I'm saying, like, he can't come back from that. For me. And I'm just saying that as an observable fact. It's just not going to take away me enjoying a Drake song. It's just like, I feel like he can't step out of that shadow. But because of that, sometimes his corny shit is so corny, it fucking slaps. Like, I thought that line about the kid was stupid, but I don't know. If I have a kid, I'm saying the line might come out on the caption, you know? Like,
fair.
Blurring the kid's face out because they're not about to be on the internet, but, you know.
I see. Okay, so I see I 100% see what you're saying. I just think that Drake is so big at this point that he's like, he's uncornable.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to a certain level of popularity and you've seen the success that he's seen and people idolize you the way people idolize Drake, like, he goes out and any song that he's on, like he's like big bros everyone at this point.
Unfortunately for the low bros.
Except for Cole, Kendrick, the other people like in his class, and then people above, like everyone below, like Drake, low bros, everyone, and they big bro him
because everyone's below Drake.
So like
turns a cloud.
It doesn't matter what you do at that point. You can do what other people may perceive to be corny if it was anyone else.
Yeah.
But if Drake did it, they're like, oh, it's swag.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. If Drake's in the room, you're always playing winner.
Like honestly,
that's timeless metaphor.
If I saw a dude walk into if I was in college still and I saw a dude walk into the dining hall with a heart in his
his hairline
and I had never
posing in his oversized sweater,
I'm like, okay, this man is a cornball. But like if Drake does it,
it's not that bad.
It's not. It's really not. You'll see it. Many other people doing it.
Damn. Stan culture, bro. That's the one thing. One thing about it, man, is like if the person I fuck with does something that I would have called corny last week, it's cool now.
That's true.
It's cool now.
You think if Drake spit is cool?
Absolutely. if Drake went on stage and hawked a loogie and it hit somebody in the face, I'm telling you, Future's doing it the day after.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
bro.
it's disgusting.
So
Somebody will
disgusting.
roll with it though.
That's why I'm canceling.
Nah, bro. I'm just saying. Like, people will let celebrities do a lot of stuff if it's like I actually mess with you. Unfortunately, not to go like that direction, but I mean, even like, I'm not heading that way.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, Tiana Taylor, like, she be giving fans whole lap dances at their shows, at her shows. Like, you be getting, and now she's gonna retire. It's like her farewell tour. So I mean, goodbye to that. But like, she'll be back. But it's like, damn, like. I'm really at the show. I didn't think Tiana Taylor was going to dance with me, but people would like pay thousands of dollars just for the opportunity to maybe do that. And I'm sure she's excellent at lap dances. I don't really care to find out, but like, I'm sure that she's good. Yeah. But like, there are people who are professionals. No, I'm serious. There are professionals who you would pay less. Yeah. So like, it's the Midas touch, man. Like, anything that Drake or whoever touches becomes gold, but only when they do it. Because I'm telling you, because Drake could have it, but if somebody comes into the dining hall with the heart, and you would know that Drake did it, you'd be like, okay, this nigga's corny,
right?
Because you were in the shadow. You're in the shadow, so it's not giving it. I hope that lap dance thing made sense. No, it did in my mind, right? Like, yeah, they're professionals.
I'm following you. With all that being said, I think I'm gonna give my album of the year to J. Cole.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up. J. Cole and Tyler the Creator.
That's still my guy. On my Spotify Wrapped, I was in the top 0.5% of J. Cole listeners.
Damn.
2021, which is kind of a little. I'm not very proud of myself for that one, honestly.
I mean, that's kind of big.
But that's my guy. Despite all of it.
You did that with no features.
I did that with no features.
You sure did.
Yeah, I did do that.
So, like, we could do just, like, best moment in our lives or just in general of the year, and then, like, worst moment. Okay, can I say a controversial one?
Go ahead.
Obviously, there are layers to this. But certainly the most notable moment, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's been a year now. I thought January 6th was hilarious.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought that shit was funny.
Oh man.
I feel like people both take it. I think people take it a little too seriously. No, and I admit that's a real hot take. That's a real hot take.
Go ahead.
But I mean, like, it's not that it was bloodless. Like, somebody died. Yeah, that's terrible. But also, like,
it is kind of hilarious.
What is this shit?
Yeah,
the Capitol guys. Like, what? Like, it's funny looking back because there's that picture of the dude. He's got like his feet up or whatever. I'm not gonna do on the actual desk. Like on Nancy Pelosi's desk. And if you look in this guy's eyes, you're really like, oh, he has no idea what the fuck to do after this.
No.
Like, he's all right, I'm in.
It wasn't very well thought out.
No. Not a great plan.
It wasn't like a sit-in, like...
No. There were
no demands.
There were no demands. They just pulled up, wrecked, dispersed, went to the hotel, and were like, yo, that was sick. It's like you're tailgating the terrorist attack. Like, what are you fucking doing? Like, what's the plan?
That was a very surreal moment. I remember watching that live.
Yeah.
Like on TV. And I was just like, what is going on?
What's happening? Yeah, I feel like it set the tone for the year it's been of just like, is this really happening? Are you serious? Like, so that's I think the most really notable bold. Moment.
Like, really,
yeah,
really bold. It's just okay. This is what I'll say. Just the entitlement that some people have in this country.
Oh yeah,
is bizarre, and it's gotten to the point. America, we're the land of the rights. I gotta have my rights.
My rights.
But like, it's gotten to the point. I'm not gonna say it's gotten to the point because I think it's always been this way actually. But like people, it's such a contradiction because people infringe on other people's rights when they're trying to incite their own.
Oh yeah. I don't need to wear a mask. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Die. Like
on another memorable moment, the whole GameStop situation.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How fucking funny was they really saved GameStop.
Yeah.
Like there's a GameStop up the street and I'm like, every time I see it, I'm like, yo, we did it, Reddit.
We did it. We did it. And it's still pumping. It's still pumping somehow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
That's very ridiculous.
Yeah.
What about some of the? Because you said what are some of the best and some of the worst.
Some of the best, some of the worst.
Most memorable.
Lowlights. I mean, highlights.
Any highlights?
For me,
yeah,
the entire Donda rollout, I thought was hilarious. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that was very. I mean, go ahead. What do you think about that?
So Kanye announced that Donda was coming before we started the podcast. That shit dropped on like our 7th episode, and these were not weekly. So this is like a whole lot of time passed. Basically, the entire summer before the album came out.
That is a long time.
And you know what? It's fine. There are some good songs in there. Like Hurricane is dope. No Child Left Behind.
There are a lot of songs.
There are some great songs on there
that I think would be better off if Kanye wasn't on the song.
Absolutely.
There was so like the whole Larry Hoover concert happened with Drake and Kanye.
Jesus Christ.
And
that was not about Larry Hoover, bro.
No.
That shit was sickening.
And I had a friend who actually went, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's dope.
But Drake sings 24, and it sounds so good. He sang it live. It sounds so much better than Kanye singing it. I recommend anyone listening, go check that out. It's so good.
I want to hear it too. Okay, we're definitely going to check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I feel like Kanye, and I don't call him a genius anymore. I think he's brilliant, but I feel like there's a distinction. Because actually, the NPR review for...
My bad.
No, it's all good.
I was trying to find some highlight. Go ahead.
The NPR review for Donda was written by a guy I knew from Williams.
Really?
Yeah, he wrote the review. Oh, he tore that shit apart. And the thing is, I couldn't disagree with a single thing he said. Like
what was the main criticism?
The main criticism, he's like, Kanye is like completely like gassed. Like he's out of steam. Like this is just the whole like crux of this album. Like he's telling us it's like intensely emotional and tied to his mom, but it just all feels so cynical because it's like he's just throwing shit together. There's no like unifying like themes. There's no like thematic grace. All the features are better than anything he does on here.
Yeah.
Like the rhyme schemes are just weak. Like he's not.
Yep.
This is not his best work.
Nope.
In the slightest. And I can't disagree. I mean, the features make that album. Obviously, the production is incredible.
Yeah.
Which is no surprise, but it's like, is it enough? There's absolutely nothing else going on. When you have two versions of the same song that are exactly the same, except one has Jay-Z for the guest verse and the other has the baby who we have just is La Baby because the L's he took last year. It's just like, dude. It wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an L moment.
That is an
L. But more so for Kanye than I think like the year.
Definitely for Kanye.
Yeah. It was interesting to watch the whole thing go down.
I don't really have anything else off the top of my head.
For 2021, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just checking the list now, but
it seems like we covered everything that I could think of.
Everything that mattered. I would have a game of the year, but I gotta keep it a buck with you guys. Video games these days, it's kind of mid.
I didn't play. I played probably the least amount of games in 2021 that I had like my whole life, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of it is because of just like life shit and like transition and stuff like that. So I want to get back on it.
Yeah, I love games. I want to make more stuff about games for sure. and I want to play them more. What's one I've been playing recently? I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn with the robot dinosaurs.
I've seen like commercials for it.
Yeah, it's taught me something about me and video games, and I didn't know this before until now.
What?
I kind of hate open world games.
Really?
I was like, wow, like this is actually a big deal for me.
No way.
No.
I thought you loved Breath of the Wild.
I think I just love Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I think this might be the exception to the rule. Because I'm like, bro, I am so... Actually, you know what? It's not even open world games. Because I like 100%ed both of the Spider-Man games. And those are open world. I feel like there's a breaking point in which a game has too many systems and shit to collect.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of games where it's like, it feels like you're playing World of Warcraft by yourself. Go kill 5 shit mobs. Go 20 miles west. Then come all the way back here and we'll give you some scrap metal that you can trade for, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, what am I doing?
Right.
I just wanted to shoot the dinosaurs.
Right.
I don't know. But that's one thing I learned about myself this year. I think I kind of hate open world games.
That's good. You're learning something new every day.
Right. Yeah, you know, so that's good. No best game. I played a lot of Fortnite, I'm embarrassed to say. But that's
I played a lot of Hades.
Goated, right?
Game.
That was my game with 2020.
Yeah, I started playing it in 2020. I got my Switch in 2021, so that's when I started playing it.
You beat it yet?
No, not well. I've beaten Hades. I haven't beaten the game.
Yeah, you gotta beat Hades
Spoiler.
10 times.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. Names in the title.
That's anything. Anything else you learned about yourself? I learned that I'm not a spitter.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. I learned that Caleb just does not fuss with spit.
Swallow only.
Bad Ting, what did you learn this year?
Since I'm connected to the internet, my knowledge grows exponentially on a daily basis. Or it would, if I wasn't on Twitter so much. I learned that I need to read more books.
That's sick, girl. This is totally not a canned response. We take you very seriously here. This isn't First Take. We don't just have you introduce them. Or is it Undisputed, where it's just like...
Undisputed. It's First Take. It's First Take.
Yeah, where it's just like she like lays out everything that actually happened.
Yeah, then they debate it.
Yeah, and like she is just gone. Non-present. She's disappeared.
Molly.
Damn. I didn't even know her name.
Should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, I think that's it, man. It's a clean hour and a half. This is 2022. I mean, I hope you're digging if you're watching this anyway, you're digging the new little intro.
Yep.
If you're listening and or watching, we appreciate your time. Come back soon.
Yes.
For more.
Please. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, hope you like the new setup.
Appreciate it. New setup.
Yeah, if you can see it. If you can't, I hope you just hear the wonderful acoustics. Hope you can hear how green this couch is.
Please like, subscribe.
Yep.
Leave a comment. Follow us on socials.
Yeah. And stick with us, man. Spread the word if you enjoyed the show. Like, seriously, the best thing ever would just be you showing it to people who you think would also enjoy the show. Yeah. On that note, peace be with you. Happy New Year. Swallow. Yo, Pete Davidson's dick must go crazy, bro.
End this.
Pete Davidson's dick must go crazy.